Willie Roca.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll give you a little background about myself. I actually studied in the hospitality industry right out of college. I went to school in Bowling Green, Ohio, if anyone knows where that is. Graduated from college and decided to embark in the hospitality industry, so worked as a sales manager at a hotel called Registry Hotel in Naples, Florida, and through the ranks there was a gentleman, and the reason why I'm bringing his name out because his name was Franz Nicodemus. He actually was a senior VP for Fairmont Hotels for years. Mr. Nicodemus was my mentor, so he shipped me around the country in the United States, and I was a resident manager in Detroit, Michigan, and eventually he sent me to a place called the Phoenician Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona, a brand new property back in the 80s. An amazing, amazing hotel, so I was like the first person at that property. And I had an amazing career. Life had been really, really good to me. Met my wife, we moved to California and started working for another small company called Joie de Vivre Hotels. It's again a small boutique hotel company. And if you've ever been surrounded by entrepreneurs, there's a certain bug that gets to you that says, oh, why? Someday I want to start my own business. So I did. Myself and 12 other people created this company called Helms Briscoe. It's been around for almost 20 years. And I'm one of the original founders of Helms Briscoe. It's now probably one of the nationally well-known site selection companies around the world. I happen to be fortunate enough to have be friends with Roger Helms and Bill Briscoe, and we started this little company, and today it's got about 1,000 employees, and it's quite an interesting global company. Finished the business with Helms Briscoe. I decided it was time for me to semi-retire. I had a really good career for almost 20 years. They wouldn't let me leave. They said, Willie, you're staying with us for as long as you want. And so I did. I started with the company. So I've been with Helms Briscoe for almost 15, 20 years, but I have a lesser role now. And they asked me what it is that I want to do with my life. And I said, well, you know, I've had such a great career. I wanted to do something else so I can give back to the community, and one of those things was to teach. I always wanted to go back and teach students about what an amazing industry we're in and we're involved in. The hospitality industry is one of those industries that it's just once it gets into your blood, you can't run away from it. So that's exactly where I'm doing this. 3 years ago, my wife and I decided to move to Vancouver, semi-retire, sell everything in California, and probably at a good time because the subprime system could have eaten us alive. So we did, and I decided to start teaching, and I felt there was something missing. Again, like some of you who've been in the hospitality industry, recognize that you have some great credentials, but sometimes you feel there's something out there that could probably help me to the next level. So I looked at programs around the country, and I looked at the program that Royal Roads had put together, and I thought, this is the program for me. And for a variety of reasons. Most important, I was juggling Helms Briscoe and juggling teaching, and I have to be able to fit in studying at the same time. You can imagine what that's in a relationship, right? So I had to get permission from my wife, and that's probably advice number one to you. If you do have a significant other in your life, get them to buy in into what you're trying to do. Their buy-in is extremely important. And it really does help you because they recognize, and when there are days where you're feeling, oh my gosh, Jeff Bird just gave me another paper to do. It's 3,000 words and I can't handle it. Guess what? That spouse comes over, brings you a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and says, you can do it. So I can honestly tell you that support that you get, it can be extremely helpful for you. The program has been extremely well put together for me, and for some of you who've been in the industry for a long time, says, do I really need this? Do I really need this program? Is this really going to be to benefit my career? Absolutely. And I'll tell you the reasons why. First of all, you're never too old to learn. I just had a birthday yesterday, so I certainly know that. But more important, I think what it does is opens a lot of variety of doors that you've never been able to have that in your career. I see some of you maybe with your eyes a little maybe fear. You see all the programs and all the courses that you have in there, but it's really tailored for the working adult. It is really been tailored and worked together so that you can have a life, you can balance your life, and if you were organized, you will do a great job at this. They really give you a good leeway for you to be able to be successful at this. And one of the questions that Jeff had asked was, asked me to talk about is, what has been the experience with the program today? And it has been an incredible experience, but more important, and Brian White mentioned this earlier, about the relationships that you build. I sent an email out to my friend Sandra Louie, who's with CTC, the Canadian Tourism Commission. She's over here, back there. It says, get your butt over here at 7 o'clock in the morning because I need your support. I need you to be here. So she's got probably other things to do on her plate, but she took the time to come over and support because she values this program just as much as I do. It's an amazing experience. The instructors are amazing. If any of you have had the experience of knowing Rob Harris, to listen to him tell his story, it's quite wonderful. It's a wonderful learning thing. He humbles everybody, and he's a very humble man. So when you have him in front of the students telling the story, it really does give you a good vibe of where this industry is going. And this industry is changing, folks. Fairmont is building hotels all over the world. We've discussed this in class, and how Fairmont is evolving and what trials and tribulations they're going to be seeing. So the case studies that we discussed are real-life case studies in hospitality and tourism, and you can probably use that in your future career path. I hope I didn't talk too long. Thank you very much.